there, beautiful people. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. It's been a while, so let's go ahead and just talk about Les Châtillon Bourrasque. And I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced, but it sounds fancy enough to be French. And straight to the point, it's got 1,537 hit points. Not that great. Honestly, if you're going to buy the tank whenever it comes in, play the SP1C. It's the most similar tank to it. But honestly, don't expect to soak shots or bounce them, because you've only got 75 millimeters of armor on the front of your turret, and that really doesn't do too well. Now, if you can kind of move around and wiggle a lot, you might get a bounce, but really don't expect anything. Now, if you're lucky, it's probably once a game, once every other game, you're going to get a bounce right where the base of my Tesla coil is. Again, don't bet on anything. Just be happy if it happens. Try to make as few mistakes as possible in this tank and every other tank like it, which it's most comparable to light tanks. That being said, it's got a 1900 damage per minute. Not ideal, but it'll do because you have a 640 burst or combo alpha, whatever you want to call it. You've got 2 seconds in between each shot, which isn't ideal. Also, you know, the longer it is, the more time you have to spend out in the open if you want to get consecutive shots in the same person. So that kind of sucks, especially with the fact that you have an 18-second and some cents overall reload time. It can be kind of painful. So you have to be patient and you have to spend that reload time repositioning. I'll go ahead and show you guys how it's played in a live game, and then I've also got a replay for you guys. That being said, this thing tops out at about 60 kilometers an hour going forward, so it's not too hard to reposition. But what really makes this tank beautiful is the concealment values. 56% concealment while stationary isn't too bad, especially if you get in a bush. So like I said, you gotta reposition. Given that is using camouflage net, most people are going to probably opt to use improved optics, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys why I think that's the worst option. But if you don't like that 007 playstyle that I'm going to show you all, then maybe go with improved optics. So improved ventilation, you could also go calibrated shells, but it doesn't make a huge difference with the penetration. So honestly, improved ventilation seems like the best choice. Improved modules, engine accelerator, because who doesn't want to go faster? Improved assembly, this one should probably be obvious for a lot of you more skilled players, because this only adds 4% to your armor and little to no armor. 4% isn't going to make a difference. Supercharger, this one is probably going to be controversial because not a whole lot of people are like me and make stupid mistakes. So the reason I'm playing this slot is because with Supercharger, your shells move faster. So if you get wham bammed by a smasher or a Bortik or whatever at the start of the game, or probably around the middle of the game where that happens the most, then you can move to the back of the map, play that along with your concealment values, and get your shots all the way across the map faster. So next I'm going to use vertical stabilizer, because when I stop and I aim, I'm going to want that to aim in faster, especially because you have a whole 2 seconds in between each shot. I want it to spend most of that time aiming in. So it's just a little bit longer than your inner clip reload, but it gets the job done pretty well. Then I'm going to be running the toolbox and consumable delivery system. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take this in for a live game. And then I'll show you guys a replay. I tried recording this, it was last night for me, and I didn't record, or I didn't hit record as I was playing, and that was kind of painful. So you guys will have to excuse me for showing a replay for the second half of the video, but let's go ahead. The biggest thing in this tank, and this is actually a beautiful game for this tank, is you want to look for the tank destroyers, and they only have a Scorpion G and an E25. Is there anything else? Nope, just those two. So those are going to be the tanks that you watch out for the most. Not really the E25 as much, but I'm going to go ahead and move up, try and get a quick spot in, and then get out of here as fast as possible, because I don't have team support. I really only have the J Panther on my side, and yeah, let's get back here. So he's going to be hesitant pushing up. He doesn't know where anyone else is, and why is the J Panther slinking down like that? That is horrible for me. We're going to get behind this rock and zoom out of here as fast as possible. because I really don't want to be in this position for too long. The J Panther is kind of rushing in, and I want to support him, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the best decision here. So let's try and get in the bush. No, the T-23 is going to spot me there, so we're going to get on the opposite side of this little mound, and then lean out and maybe pop that Canaverin a couple times. Let's see. Pull out. No, I don't think we can get the Canaverin. Let's switch up my location, move up here, and yeah, now I get a good shot on that Canaverin. Maybe will I? Oh, missed both of them. Okay, let's go ahead, run up. It looks like that J Panther is going to do some distracting for me, but I really want to get out of here. This isn't exactly ideal, so I'm going to switch over here, go with my heavies. And that's what's beautiful about this tank. You don't feel obligated to stay in the same place because you have a longer reload time. You can use that reload time to try and reposition, and it mixes really well with the speed. It's what makes this tank so powerful and probably one of my favorites in my garage. That being said, we're kind of losing this game pretty badly. So I'm gonna push up, maybe try and get a spot on this Emil. Oh, there he is with his bum sticking out. No, dude, you're in my way. No, dude. Okay. So we got one shot in. That's 300 damage, whopping total for a tier 8 game. Let's try and bring that up. And it doesn't look like there's anyone too dangerous up here, so I can go ahead and push around this Emil. Kind of want to take out that Tiger, but I feel like that's just my ADHD kicking in. Get one more shot in him, take him out, and now we're going to slink back. And the RU knows where we are. We got a super lucky bounce. I don't even know how that happened on the side of the turret. But we're going to reposition here and try to get something in on this Tiger or Canaverin. I want to get Tiger here just because the Tiger is such a deadly tank. But I'll take what I can get. I don't know if this VK is going to get a shot in on him, and I don't know if he's going to be stupid enough. Yeah, he was stupid enough to risk it on him. So now we're going to get back here, and I want to get out of the way of this T-23. It looks like they took out our VK, so I'm going to kind of play ring around the rosy here. Not too well, obviously, but let's pull up and try to get repositioned here. One shot, two shots in on the T-23, and now we're going to slide back here. Maybe evade someone, maybe not. I feel like I'm going to get whacked by the RU. Yeah, no. And then what is this last dude doing? Don't know why you're playing cautiously in a VK 100-01. This dude probably could have made a bigger difference in the game. Oh well. So yeah, it's kind of the big thing about the Bourrasque. I tongue rolled way too much there. I apologize to all you Frenchies that got offended, because boy do the French love to get offended. So the thing is it's a lightly armored tank, so you can carry if you get in the right position right away. Yeah, 2k damage, not exactly ideal. So you can carry if you get in the right position. That's the beautiful thing about the tank. But if your team doesn't use the heavies properly, it really, even the TDs don't matter a whole lot when you're playing in this tank and trying to carry. If the heavies don't position themselves properly and you don't get lucky enough with having a whole team go where you want to, then things are going to kind of suck. But we were able to pull top on the team, so not really going to complain. Let's go ahead and go to the next game, and I'll show you guys how that went. Alright, so we're here in Hellas. It's not my favorite map, admittedly, but it's a good game. So I think this game's pretty good at showing what this tank can do when you carry it. Like I said, I got this one. I was trying to record live, but being the idiot that I am, I forgot to hit the record button, so I was just sitting here for 5-10 minutes talking into a non-powered microphone for, like I said, 5-10 minutes like an idiot. But oh well, it's still a good replay and I'm not going to complain about it. So I start pushing up, and I at this point want to sit back in case someone comes over the hill. But we're going to see here that our team Sphere is really who's going to be the spearhead of pushing forward. Now, I see at this point there's really almost no one. And if there is someone, then I can just end up using the tier 7 like a meat shield. And I can't complain about that either. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of try and get a shot in on this Pershing. It didn't work out for me, so I just gave a blind shot, and that one did not connect. And now we're gonna move forward. Now, I am attracted by this STA-1 because it's such an easy target. It has a weaker gun, moderate mobility, and little to no armor. But I'm not gonna push for him, because I wanna move up, slip in the bushes here, and you can see right now I'm not spotted, although I'm right on top of him. Now I'm spotted, and I'm able to move back. With this tank, you can get relatively close to the enemy, given that you're running your camouflage nets, without getting hit, and that's a beautiful thing. It's such a low-profile tank, and it's so quick that you can absolutely harass the heck out of people. Now I'm going to pull up here, load HE like anyone should on the Gorilla 15 line, and I managed to get an ammo rack, of all things. Not going to complain, and I actually think that clip is in my intro. But now we're going to go ahead and pull up and try and get some shots in. Now I want to get the Sportish, but because he has his derp gun on, I don't want to push in front of him unless he's distracted by someone else, so I'm going to go for this Pershing. Now I managed to get both shots in on him. I think I got a high roll on the last one, couldn't really tell, and I'm going to try and move down this hill. So this is kind of where the tank fails to really put me in awe. Is when there's a large group of people, you can't push. It's not like you're playing a VK, really any kind of VK in this tier. It's not like you're playing a VK or, you know, a Tiger. You can't push in front of people. You have to sit back and let your team distract people, and then just take advantage of people being distracted to get some shots in. Now, right now we're sitting at 3,600 damage. Almost 37. It's not that bad. It's a game where I'd say it was decent, but we're actually going to rack up the points even more. Now, like I said, the beautiful thing about this tank is the speed mixed with the longer reload. So I'm going to take advantage of that to just slip right under and get this M3O. I think I get both shots in on him, but you can see here the reload time matches up almost perfectly with most points where you're trying to traverse. Didn't get both shots in, that's unfortunate, but when you're trying to traverse over even small areas, your reload time matches up with that pretty well. You may have a few seconds extra where you have to wait before you pull out, but because it's a longer reload, it's not like you're losing your DPM where you would with, say, a Canaverin, which has a quicker reload. So it's certainly advantageous. 640 alpha, it's quick, decent armor for its speed. It's a good tank, and I'd definitely drop, I don't know, 12,000 gold for it if it comes back in the shop again. Luckily, I got this thing for like $5 when it first came into the shop in crates. But as with everyone else, I can't condone buying crates. It feels great when you get something, but most of the time you just feel let down. It's a good tank. If you have it, let me know, what you think about it. I feel like this tank is somewhat controversial. You either love it or you hate it. So like I said, if it comes around and you want to buy it, maybe test out the SP1C and see if you like that tank. And if you do, then this is certainly an upgrade. It feels like it, speed-wise, armor-wise, it feels like an upgrade, and the gun is just fantastic. It's quite similar to the SP1C on the gun with the burst. Now, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, let me know what you think about this tank. I feel like it's super controversial, and I want to try and get a metric on that. I don't know if it's just me or if it's just my clan or what. So yeah, I look forward to seeing your comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent.